however you like to.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Deepika Mataji. Please go ahead.
Krishna's decision to descend as a devotee. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, the abode of bliss and happiness. All glories to Sri Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to Narhari Sarkar. All glories to Srivas, the authority on devotion. With all my heart, I worship the feet of the dear devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Please listen carefully to the following topics about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Previously, Damodar Pandit and Murari Gupta, two most intimate eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya, discussed the appearance of the Golden Avatar, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. For the benefit of everyone, that most important discussion is retold here. Damodar Pandit asked Murari Gupta, please explain why Lord Gauranga appeared. I will become blissful by hearing these topics from you. Why did the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, leave his Syarn Varna, cloud blue, Syarn Varna, cloud blue color, and assume a golden form? Why did he remove his dress as a gallant lover to adopt the dress of a sannyasi? Why did he travel so widely to preach? Why did he cry when chanting Radha Govinda? Why did he distribute Prem Bhakti in each and every home? I, Lochan Das, will tell you all these most confidential topics. By hearing them, the ignorant people of the world will get salvation. After hearing these questions, Murari Gupta replied, Pandit Damodar, listen to me. I will explain these truths to you. In Satyuga, the scripture says that dharma has 4 limbs: mercy, cleanliness, austerity, and truthfulness. Treta Yuga has 3 qualities: mercy, cleanliness, and truthfulness. Dwapar Yuga has 2: cleanliness and truthfulness. Kali Yuga has 1: truthfulness. In Kali Yuga, the irreligiosity replaces religion. People reject the rules of Varnashrama Dharma. Under the dense darkness of Kali, everyone becomes sinful and addicted to the irreligious acts. Narad Muni, the...
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Just want to keep hearing as it goes. So far, Damodara Pandita and Murari Gupta. That's the conversation between them. Lochanadas Thakura is telling us about their conversation of why Gauranga Mahaprabhu. All those whys, including why is he distributing Prema Bhakti in each and every home. And Lochanadas Thakura was so excited, and he says, now I'm going to give you the answers for all these whys. And now he's starting to answer. As a part of the introduction, he's saying the different qualities in different yugas. Because the question was why the Supreme Personality of Godhead came as Gauranga in Kali Yuga. So that's why all the yugas now, one after the other, features of different yugas. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Satya, Kshama, Suchir, Daksha. Satya, Kshama, Suchir, austerities, tapas. These are the 4. Satya, tapas, Suchi, Kshama. The first limb that has gone out of the picture was austerity. So in Treta Yuga, austerity was not there. Cleanliness, truthfulness, and mercy. After that, only cleanliness and truthfulness. No more mercy. Whoa. Whoa. Kali Yuga truthfulness. Yeah, so different yugas. And the limbs of each yugas were described. Actually, it is described in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam during Parikshit Maharaj's discussion, punishment of Kali. It's not that not all of those four limbs are gone. 75% of those limbs are gone. And majority on truthfulness is in majority. The rest of the limbs are gone by 75%. So not that all of those are gone. Yes, please. And now Varnashrama Dharma. Narada Muni. Yes, please.
Mataji, sorry to interrupt. Can I ask a question now?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Mataji, limbs of bhakti. Limbs of not bhakti. I'm trying to find
Yuga. Yuga. For each yuga.
Yeah. What does that mean?
What it means is
Dharma has four limbs.
Yes. What it means is in each of those yugas, those qualities were present. Those four qualities were present. Four qualities or four limbs. That religion, if bull, religion is depicted as bull, and bull has four limbs, right? Like that, religion in each of the yugas was established or upheld by these four features, four limbs. So in Satya Yuga, people were very austere. That's why they could do that Ashtanga Yoga meditation of 100,000 years. And cleanliness was part of it, and truthfulness and mercy. So like that, Mataji. So the four features that were predominant in that part of Yuga are compared to the four limbs of Dharma bull.
So when it says like truthfulness in Kali Yuga, that means truthfulness is predominant. Is that correct understanding?
Yeah. In other words, the other truthfulness is predominant when compared to the other three.
Okay. And how is this, Mataji, in relationship to like when they say the Yug Dharma? How is that in relationship to this?
It doesn't necessarily have to go with Yuga Dharma. Doesn't have to go with Yuga Dharma. In Yuga Dharma is Sankirtana Yajna, because in Kali Yuga, Prayena Alpayusha Sabya Kalo Asmin Yuge Janaha. The jivas are very unfortunate and does not have are with these defects like Prayena Alpayusha, short-lived. Prayena Alpayusha Sabya Kalo Asmin Yuge Janaha Manda Sumanta Matayo Manda Bhagyahi. They are lazy, they are misguided and unfortunate. So the Kali Yuga jivas have all the defects and unfortune falling upon it. So that's why Kali Yuga jiva is incapable of doing any other yajna. That's why the Lord has to come down in the form of holy neem to rescue this most fallen, unfortunate, and disqualified soul. So Kali Yuga soul is like that, very disqualified, and that's why the most potent has to come down as Harinama. And that's why Kali Yuga Dharma is Harinam Sankirtana. And that is in that context. But this is in these four yugas, just describing what qualities are present, predominant in those yugas.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Like, see, in these four qualities, there is no austerity. What kind of Ashtanga yoga can a Kali Yuga Jiva do? There is no austerity. So there is no Ashtanga yoga that they can do. And there is no cleanliness. What kind of deity worship they can do? For deity worship, you really have to be in the goodness and in the cleanliness. So there is no deity worship that Kali Yuga Jiva can do, not the austerity. And for the Jnana Yoga, it's Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya, unfortunate and misguided. What can a Kali Yuga Jiva do? So none of these yogas can come to the rescue of Kali Yuga Jiva, and that's why the most important, the Lord has to come down as Harinama. Yes. Yes, please. And somebody else can continue, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
These four limbs, I heard someplace, each one is connected to the four regulative principles we talk about.
Yes, Prabhu, they are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where our regulative principles also came. Satya, Kshama, Saucha, and Tapas. Yes, Prabhu. And for example, cleanliness. Cleanliness is no illicit sex. So in other words, not externally and not internally, not physically, not in the thought too, like that. Yes, Prabhu. The four regulative principles are derived from this. This is the roots. These are the roots of our four regulative principles. Actually, these are the roots of any spiritual practice to stay in the mode of goodness. So that's how, yes, four regulative principles for us also from these, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. And you see, those four: mercy, cleanliness, truthfulness, and austerity. Right? Mercy is no meat eating, no violence. And cleanliness is no illicit sex, no meat eating, and no gambling, truthfulness. Yeah. And what was the one left over? No gambling.
Austerities.
No intoxication.
No intoxication is austerity. Yeah. So like that. And the Sanskrit words are even more derivative. Satyam, Shaucham, Daya, Tapas. Yes, please. And all that is to keep us in the mode of goodness. So the transcendence is easily available when we stand on the mode of goodness. Easier to practice bhakti when we are in Sattva Guna. Srila Prabhupada said, all these four regulative principles are just to keep you above water. Keep your head above water so you can go on. Yeah, and somebody else, please continue.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Prabhu.
Narad Muni, the greatest among the sages, feeling compassion for humanity, decided to rout Kali, the personification of sin, from the earth. Seeing that the snake-like Kali had swallowed everyone in sin, Narad appeared to re-establish religion. Narad Muni thought to himself, somehow or the other, I must immediately bring the Supreme Lord Krishna to the earth. Only he can re-establish religion in the sinful age of Kali. The Vedas and the Agama scriptures concur that the desire of Lord Govinda is one with the desire of his pure devotee. Narada continued his contemplation. If I am actually a true servant of Lord Krishna, I will be able to bring Lord Yaduraya Krishna into this Kali Yuga. First, let me observe the activities of the people in Kali Yuga. Then I will summon Sri Krishna, the embodiment of religion. I'll also bring the demigods and Krishna's intimate friends and followers who will act as his weapons and associates.
Isn't that so powerful? Isn't a pure devotee so powerful? He is having plans. Okay, let me watch, and then I'll bring the Lord, and then I'll bring the Lord's associates, and I'll bring the Lord's paraphernalia. How powerful is a pure devotee? Tomara Hrudaya Sada Govinda Vishrama, bound in the heart of pure devotee. Govinda. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
And merciful on the living entity, jivas as well.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu, yes.
Mataji, I was also noticing it's written, I will summon Sri Krishna.
Who can say that? Only a devotee can say that. Like Yashodamai, now I'm going to chastise Krishna. I will summon. Yes, Mataji.
Murari, yes, sorry, good.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
Okay. Murari Gupta said to Damodar Pandit, so great demigods like Brahma, great sages like Narad Muni, and even Katyayani Devi took birth on earth when the Lord descended. From Dwarka, members of the Yadu family expanded themselves to also appear on earth. Listen carefully. Now I will explain the appearance of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the essence of all incarnations. He displays more compassion than any other avatar. Narad Muni Narad Muni, who always relishes and sings Krishna's names and qualities, became greatly distressed by the suffering of others. He was eagerly traveling throughout the universe giving out the holy names of Krishna. But unfortunately, being too attached to material existence, the people of Kali Yuga refused to accept the holy name. While chanting the holy names of Krishna, sometimes Narad would cry or laugh loudly. Sometimes he became choked in ecstasy. Glorifying Krishna with his veena, Narada sometimes became submerged in the mellows of Krishna Prem. Torrents of tears would rush from his eyes as he chanted Hare Krishna. Although that love filled Nara's body with ecstatic joy, the people of the world could not appreciate it.
That is how our condition is, right? All these pure devotees, they are having their own transcendental emotions with that great attachment to the Lord. As you're reading that whole paragraph, Prabhu, I'm thinking, such a great attachment that these Shuddha Bhaktas have to Govinda. Such great attachment. For them, this material world is almost non-existent. It's a very uninteresting background hai unko. And very interesting, the core subject matter on the stage with the spotlight on is Govinda. And they are so attached, number one. Number two, so absorbed, so much absorbed in the guna of the Lord. The same thing happened to Bharat Maharaj. When somebody is established in the Nama, the Rupa guna, when the Chitta is so much attached and absorbed in the Rupa of the Lord, which cannot be differentiated with the guna. When the lotus feet is there, it's not dry lotus feet, not a graphic design lotus feet. It's the lotus feet of the Lord with all the qualities there. And these devotees, when they are absorbed in the transcendental subject matter of the Lord, then naturally the heart, the consciousness expands. Chitta expands. Purna Vikasita Chetana. And that reflects as the Panchabhutas in the body, they expand because the Chitta is expanding. So what happens when the Panchabhutas are expanding? The water component, that comes out as Nayanam Galadashrudharaya. And then the air component in the Panchabhutas, Gadgada, choking, and the Bhumi component. I'm trying to recall. Each component expands. We have covered the air. The water is Nayanam, Galada Shrudharaya, Vadanam Gadgada Ruddhaya Gira, that's air. Pulakair Vichitair Vapukada, that is hair on end. And there's one more thing that generally happens. If you have heard, levitation also happens. The earth component, which is heavy, becomes lighter, so levitation. The fire component, ether, is this. So in this way, the Panchabhutas also expand because their heart is, Chitta is expanding. Chitta is expanding in contemplation. And this is deeper than the contemplation, for the heart to expand. But at least when the contemplation gets deeper, that is Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. This Bhakti Yoga is very much equivalent to the Ashtanga Yoga. Pratyahara. We don't do the Yama Niyama is not really stressed, but Yama Niyama Pranayama is not stressed. Pratyahara is equivalent to our Anardhani Vritti, retracting the mind from the sensory objects in Ashtanga Yoga is equal to our Anardhani Vritti, retracting it. And then Nishta is equivalent to after the Pratyahara, it is Dharana. Dharana is you're just getting ready to focus internally. And then Dhyana, Nishta. So Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. In that way, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava. So Bhava Samadhi, that's why we hear this word Bhava Samadhi. Samadhi is equal to the Bhava of Bhakti Yogis. So even Bharata Maharaj, he also had this. His eyes were like ponds of water because Srimad Bhagavatam beautifully describes, because his heart was melted and it was like a pot of nectar, so liquefying, because the heart gets liquefied. And so these things are not just theoretical, they actually happen. And all these pure devotees, for us, okay, this is so wonderful. Then what about us? Where can we get started? Where is our hope? To hear that such a thing exists, and that is what is given to us. Yeah, we may be here in Rajotamoguna, but hearing this nectar is giving us a vision, an inspiration, a prayer, and a propelling force to be there somehow. And then we will get to know the path. They gave us the Shastra. We are in Rajoguna, Tamoguna now, but Bhakti will propel us forward towards Sattva, beyond Sattva. And that's when the attachment to Govinda is getting more and more continuous and more stronger. To an extent, there is absorption. By that time, everything else that happens around is automatic and a background that doesn't bother us much. Our object of interest is different by this time. Priti Vishaya. Only Priti Vastu. All this is possible, made possible in all aspects. starting from hearing from these Mahajanas that something like that exists, and the inspiration and the desire. That's so beautiful. We acknowledge that we are still being bombarded by modes, but we also acknowledge that the mercy is flowing. And the potency of the mercy is much more superior than the disqualification or modes that are affecting us. So, Govinda. Dear devotees, what we have heard was Narada Muni. What was that? What were you reading, Prabhu? That paragraph, how Narada Muni was feeling. Sometimes he became choked in ecstasy. ये सुन के कभी भी देखो, कहीं भी देखो. Bhagavatam में, Chaitanya Charitamrita, everybody, all these devotees, ecstasy, choked, voice choked. That is their reality. That is their reality. So, such beautiful one. Yes, dear devotees, I'll let you say something and we'll pause here. Would like to hear from you too.
Mataji, is
I
it
don't
okay
know, where were you
this?
reading? Yes, please.
Mataji, is
Yeah,
it okay if I complete this last paragraph in this section?
Yes, please, Prabhu. Yes, please.
Amazed, he felt sorry for their fallen condition, and he thought of how to deliver them. The venomous snake Kali had bitten everyone, infecting them with the poison of Maya. Totally forgetting Krishna, people were madly pursuing sense enjoyment. Their hearts found delight in the endless waves of lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and madness. Living the philosophy of I and mine, they wasted the valuable human form of life without ever inquiring about their real friend, the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hari. Thank you, Prabhu. और कुछ है क्या? After this, is there something, Prabhu? Or at the end of the
That's
chapter?
a separate section, Mataji. It starts here.
Okay. Yeah, okay. This is beautiful, Prabhu. So far. Isn't that really beautiful? Wonderful narration hai na? English mein, even in English, if this is so captivating, wonder how it would have been in the original language. Yes, please.